Hello, in this video I will review a Lanbitou fountain pen, which is all plastic. It mainly consists of a reservoir with a piston here, so you can put as much a lot of ink basically, and it's great for drawing or writing for long hours. But what this pen is a copy of a TWSBI Eco pen of another brand. But I don't know, I haven't used the original. I only have this one I purchased on AliExpress. This is a Chinese product and it's really nice. They call this Lanbitou, and the logo is like a triangle with a snake inside, which appears on the top. It also happens to be here near the end of the pen, and on the nib. This pen is not clickable. You have to unscrew it to access the nib. The nib is quite technical, which is a reminiscent of Lamy or similar pens. And there is another trace of the logo here on the top. And the nib is EF size, extra fine. And I usually choose these because my handwriting is quite small, and I use pens for detailed fountain pen. I use fountain pens for detailed illustrations, so I thought this one would be okay. So you just refill it by using this part, the ending part of the piston, and there is this mechanism here that if you, maybe I can do this, you will hear a click. Okay, if I now I'm gonna unscrew this. Okay, you probably could hear it, and now I'm gonna screw this. And the producer says that if you can hear that sound, it means that the piston is locked, so you won't really add any pressure to the ink. It won't flow, it won't leak, and you won't have a problem by misusing the pen occasionally. So it's all plastic, it's very light, even with the ink inside. And now I'm gonna make a test, but I need to zoom a little bit more. And this is Lanbitou. It's number 359. Sorry, 3059. EF nib, which for some may feel like F. The paper here is international paper, laser paper, 100 grams with a smooth surface, so it doesn't soak the ink that much, but it may create this impression that the lines are a little bit thicker than they would be on another type of paper. Ink is a Chinese Hero Black with a long history in Europe as well. In China and Europe, I have been using this ink since the 80s, basically, with occasionally replacing it with Pelican and others. But it's an inexpensive pen. It's inexpensive ink, sorry. So well, it's available probably everywhere. And the nib is, I believe it's stainless steel, and the body is plastic or resin, and this pen comes in a variation of colors when it comes to the cap and the ending part. I have it black because, like most of my pens, I'm gonna show you, like most of my other pens are also black, with an exception of these two, which are very artistic and they are golden and red. But I have chosen a black Lanbitou. You can get a red one, a green one, a white one probably too, so all kinds of colors. And why? Because you can put different ink colors, so then it looks just cool when you can preview how much ink you have and what color it is, in comparison with, for instance, the color of the cap. It's a really good pen for drawing because I draw with fountain pens. The nib is very smooth. You can hear it scratchy, but it doesn't feel on the paper at all. Now the lines. I feel no resistance against the paper. The reverse writing. The reverse feels scratchy. It's doable, but it feels scratchy, and it is scratchy. It makes a resistance against the paper. It doesn't make any stops when it comes to the ink flow, but it's scratchy. Well, nevertheless, you can use it for drawing, illustrating, and as you can tell, the reverse lines are very thin. Even though we're talking the EF line originally of the stride on the reversed nib, then the reverse creates very thin lines. The wetness, it's wet. It's wet, and I must confess, when I was drawing with the reverse nib, I noticed there was a leak of ink in this position, at the very top of the nib. So it's possible it can leak a bit more while writing faster, for instance, or drawing or making any pressure. The nib is firm. I don't really see any kind of, you can press it a little bit more compared to the regular. No, it doesn't really make any difference. It doesn't make any difference if you press it or not, but it makes a difference when you use the reverse. So how about a fast writing here? Like, I'm gonna do whatever. This is not even writing. This is just an attempt to move it fast. It's a great pen for fast writing as well. Yeah. It makes some kind of resistance when you try to move it from the right to the left. Maybe it's my first impression because I have had this pen for only for 3 days now. So it's not really used that much yet, but yeah, you can use it for fast drawing as well, fast writing, sorry. And when it comes to drawing, because that's what I do with this pen, what could I draw for the sample? Maybe some plant, maybe a flower here. Maybe a flower for you. Yep. And you can do the shading with the reverse nib. Yeah, when you draw short lines with this pen, with the reverse nib, it feels much better compared to making long lines. The long lines feel very scratchy, but when you go with these, it's okay. So thank you for watching. I hope you like the video and you may consider buying this pen. Maybe it feels less expensive than the original. However, always buy from the original maker because they designed it and they wanted to make money on it with it, and they wanted to help people to enjoy writing or drawing. This is a copy. This is a Lanbitou copy, but I do recommend to get it as well. Cheers.